Hey everyone, Kayley here. So it is time for my Christmas morning hairstyles. I do this video every year. Christmas time is so fun and full of so many happy things, but one of them is relatives taking tons of pictures. And no matter how cute you try to be, if your hair is a mess, you're a mess in these pictures forever. So I have for you some really easy hairstyles that you can do in 10 minutes or less on Christmas morning so that your hair looks amazing and all those pictures turn out on point. So all that said, let's go ahead and get into these easy Christmas morning hairstyles. For this first hairstyle, I used one of the methods from my 3 5-minute curls video, and this is the ponytail method from that video where you just throw your hair into a ponytail and you curl all of the hair and then you let it down. I used a 1-inch curling iron for this hair, and once it was all done, I just took the elastic out of my hair, parted my hair, and the curls are ready to go. So you can do this on Christmas morning if you want, or you can go with second day curls, just depending on what you want to do. And this would be an amazing way to just have your hair down and curled and look amazing for Christmas morning. It's also a great base for any of these hairstyles that we have coming up next if you want your hair curled. But that is hairstyle number 1. This second hairstyle will look great on any hair texture and will work for basically any hair length. You just want to start by taking a large section of hair from your hairline and you're going to split that into 3 and then braid it all the way down. Once I got to the end of my hair, I went ahead and put a little bobby pin in at the ends to hold it in place, but you could also use an elastic if you prefer. And then I loosened it up by pulling on each little piece of the braid because I wanted to make the braids look a little bit bigger than they normally would. That's totally up to you. You can skip this step if you're in a hurry. Now we're going to do the same thing again right next to our first braid. So you're going to take another section of hair and you're going to split it into 3 and braid all the way down. Once I got to the end of this one, I also secured it with a bobby pin and then loosened it up just a little bit for extra volume. Again, that's totally optional. Finally, separate a little bit of hair in the back from about your ears up, and then we're going to pin the braids underneath that hair. So I'm just clipping it off to the side, and then I'm bringing my braids right underneath that, and I'm pinning them in place underneath the hair that we moved. That way we hide the bobby pins without having to do any extra work. If you have really thick hair, a good option is to use jumbo bobby pins or roller pins because they hold a lot more hair, or use snap clips because those also hold a lot of hair as well. Then just take the clip out of your hair so that your hair falls over the bobby pins, and you are all done with this hairstyle. Again, I love this one because it would totally work on short hair as well as long hair. This third hairstyle is a great add-on for second day curls or straight hair. All you have to do is throw your hair behind your shoulders and then brush the top of it back so that you get rid of any parting you might have there. Then you're just going to make a little circle around your crown of your head with your fingers to create a little parting. Then bring that section together and secure it with an elastic. Once you've done that, you can kind of loosen it just a little bit, and then for some extra volume, I pushed mine up just slightly, and then I put some little bobby pins in, making an X with the bobby pins to hold it up and give it a slight amount of volume with no teasing. To finish this hairstyle off, I decided just to tie it off with a little black ribbon. All I did was tie it around the ponytail holder and then tie a little bow onto it. So that's it for hairstyle number 3. I love this one. It's super simple, but I think it's one of the prettiest of the hairstyles. Now hairstyle number 4 is for all of you braidaholics out there. You're going to start out by taking a section of hair from your front hairline and split it into 3, and then you're going to do a Dutch braid back. You're going diagonally and you're going from where you start all the way back to a low ponytail in the middle of your head. So just envision that. But the bonus side of this is that we're only gonna Dutch braid the stuff from our ears forward. After that, you're gonna start braiding normally. And I like that because it takes a lot less time than trying to Dutch braid all that hair. So basically, you're just gonna Dutch braid all the hair in front of your ear on that side, finish it off with a normal braid, and then, of course, because all of us braidaholics need to have big braids, we're gonna pull it apart to make sure that you have a nice statement braid. I do have a whole video on how to get like max volume out of your braids, so I will link that in the description box in case you want it. Then hold your place with a bobby pin and do the exact same thing on the other side, just Dutch braiding the hair that's in front of your ear, finishing it off with a normal braid, and then pulling the braid apart for some extra volume. Then once you've got that done, we're going to toss everything behind your shoulders and pull it into a low ponytail. I started by pulling all the extra hair into a ponytail and then pulling the 2 braids in and then securing everything with an elastic. Now just unravel the braids that are left in the ponytail, and if you want to go for bonus points, wrap a small piece of hair around the elastic to cover it up. That's totally up to you, you don't have to do that. What I like to do when I get to the end of the hair though, is just to put a bobby pin halfway through it, and then you can move that wherever you want. So I move it so that it kind of tucks behind the ponytail that I've already wrapped around, and then I just hide that little bobby pin behind everything else, and it's all done. And that is it for hairstyle number 4. If you have short hair, you can adapt this hairstyle by doing these braids and then pinning them up in a half updo instead of doing a ponytail, and you could wear this hairstyle as well. For the final hairstyle, I thought it was about time that I did a top knot. So to do this, I just threw my hair over my head to get it into a high ponytail, and then I just brushed everything to make sure it was smooth, and then once you got a really high ponytail going on, you are ready to move on to the next step. Now just pull out a section of hair, we're going to use this for the braid later, and then put a hair donut or a rolled up sock around the elastic of your ponytail. Then this is how I like to make my top knots. I wrap the hair around that little form. So I wrap it around until it looks like a bun. Now if you don't like it that way, you can make like a traditional top knot or a ballerina bun or a messy bun. Do your thing here, just get a bun going on to where you like it. But what I do is I wrap it around and then I pin everything in place until it's super secure. Then just take that hair that's left and braid it all the way down, and once you get to the end, secure it with an elastic or a bobby pin. It's totally fine if this braid can't wrap all the way around the bun, no worries. You just want to make sure that you wrap it around the front of the bun, and then you tuck the ends in underneath the bun wherever those ends hit. Bobby pin them in a couple of times just to make sure that they stay, and then you are totally done with hairstyle number 5. I thought it was about time to do a top knot so all of you guys who like having your hair on top of your head and out of the way could have a really pretty way to wear it for Christmas morning. So that is it for this year's Christmas morning hairstyles, guys. Now this work all year long. You don't only have to wear them on Christmas morning, but they are fast, they're beautiful, and they'll look good in pictures. So that's super helpful on Christmas morning when we all want to look our best. So anyway guys, I hope you really loved this video. If you try any of these out, especially on Christmas morning, send me pictures using the hashtag KayleyMelissa. I will be on there on Christmas looking for your hashtags, and I would love to reply back and just spend Christmas with you guys on social media. I'll see you guys there and in my next video. Mwah! Bye!